What's up, guys? Just got back from Ironman 70.3 Santa Rosa. Had a few days to kind of mull it over and thought I'd throw out a quick video recap so everybody knows kind of how that went down. Um, Trip was overall, it was a great trip. It's a beautiful area and it was a really fun time traveling with Ben Rudson, Lauren Nelson, and Jason Pohl. Um, we all flew into San Francisco and rented the van, jammed all our stuff in it, 4 bikes and 4 guys, and did the road trip up to Santa Rosa. Race prep went great, and really I think I was feeling pretty darn confident going into this one that I'd be able to compete for sure compete for the podium and hopefully even get my name in there and see if I can compete for the win. But I knew it'd be tough. I knew that there's a lot of guys there who have some pretty awesome credentials. But the race ended up going not too bad. There were some highs and lows for sure, but the swim was probably my best swim of the year. Didn't have a terrific start. I just really need to get better at starting with contact and still being able to swim well when there's guys kind of climbing all over your legs and doing all kinds of things. That's going to be worlds. I mean, there's a ton of guys, so and everybody's going to be similar swim ability. So I really got to focus on that, and that's something I'm going to be focusing on in my training leading up to worlds. But after the first couple hundred meters, I was able to kind of get into my rhythm and swim well. Ended up getting out of the water in 6th. TJ Tolleson was just ahead of me, and then I got out on his feet, and the 4 guys up front were Sam Appleton, Tim O'Donnell, Tim Reed, and Eric Lagerstrom. So they were about a minute and a half up, but for me, a minute and a half down is a pretty decent swim, especially from really great swimmers like those guys. So got to the bike and got to work, ready to have a great bike ride. Started out pretty good, went up the first 2 hills, and then big descent, and I'd ridden the descent the day before, so I was pretty confident that I'd be able to ride it well. As I came to the bottom of the descent, there's some rough road there, and I hit a series of bumps, and my bike computer and my nozzle for my vented straw flew off. But that didn't really faze me too much because I've ridden without power before. Fortunately, I never did get the computer back, but have to get a new one. But anyway, wasn't thinking about that during the race. Shortly after that, though, I ran over something white on the road. It looked like a piece of paper or something, but I just saw it at the last second and wasn't able to avoid it. And as soon as I hit that, it sounded like I got a flat. Like I just heard that kind of sound that sounded like air rushing out of the tire. So shortly after that, I pulled over to change what I thought was a flat, but there was no flat. So it was just something rubbing on my wheel. Couldn't find it, couldn't see it. So I just kept going. TJ Tolleson had caught me by then and just gone off ahead, so I got on the bike, got back up to him, and then just figured I'll work with him, see if we can make up time on the front guys, or at least not lose too much. But really after I got off the bike and I was in that really negative mindset, and it was super hard to get out of that and just push hard, especially since every time we were getting splits, it was 2 minutes back, 3 minutes back, 6 minutes back. So that was tough, and I just didn't get in that zone where I could push hard. I mean, you gotta be in such a positive mindset to be able to push hard from start to finish, and unfortunately I had a bit of a mental weakness there for sure. The other thing that happened was my aero bar pads had collapsed, and they didn't really have any padding left. I needed to get the new ones that were thicker before the race, but unfortunately I didn't get that done in time. So really my elbows were like taking a beating on that course because it's very, very rough pavement. And so I was really uncomfortable in the aero position, and that really got me out of that focus on pushing hard, and it just got me focusing on, ow, like this hurts. So I mean, I should have been able to push through that. That's on me. And obviously I need to be able to make sure my equipment's ready next time for a rough course like that. So TJ ended up dropping me about 15K from the end, and from there on out I just rode poorly, out of the aero bars a lot and just not pushing hard. But I was really looking forward to getting onto that run course, I can tell you that for sure. And once I did, I felt really good on that run. I was able to spot TJ ahead not too far in and pushed hard to catch him, and then I could see Eric ahead after that, and I was able to keep the momentum going and push pretty hard from all the way up to about the 16K-ish is when I went by Eric. So really great run. I finished strong as well, and that was for sure the shining star for me on that day. Great run, 1:10:46 for me. That's awesome. It shows that I can compete if I get myself into the race better on the swim bike, which I know I can, and I've done it before. Then I'm going to be able to be in contention, no matter who's there. So that was positive, and I can fix those bike issues. That's on me to make sure my equipment's ready, and really excited about what is coming up next, which is Worlds. So that's in 5.5 weeks, and got an easy week now. I'm gonna recharge and just put in a 4-week really strong training block. So can't wait for that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna go up to Blue Mountain area to get some bigger hills in and work on my descents, and see if I can't kind of get the specific training nailed for this Worlds course. There's gonna be a really big long climb and descent, so I've got to be ready for that, and I can't wait. So between the specific bike training and focusing on that swim and just getting that better start no matter what, I think I'll be ready for Worlds, and for sure targeting that top 10. And I'm not gonna discount myself as a chance for a top 5 or even a podium if I really have a great day. So that's what the focus is on, and can't wait to do that training. So keep following along, and thanks for tuning in.